Hello everyone and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews Toy Box review where I dig into my childhood toy box and I take a look at some of the figures that I have owned for the last, in this case, 25 years. 1995 classic Spawn. This, I would have been 14 when I got this, so I was still collecting figures apparently when I was 14. I don't remember that far back. But still very cool to have this, especially now since, if you're not aware, Todd McFarlane has launched a Kickstarter where he is remastering this figure 25 years later. It's going to be a 7-inch scale, fully articulated, and it looks pretty sweet, actually. It looks really good. Unfortunately, it's a bit ill-timed where it may not be something that I'm going to be able to get, but I figured I still want to show off at least something that I have, so I figured let's take a look at the classic Spawn. So why don't we go ahead and do that now? Let's get a close-up look here at this 5-inch 1995 original classic Spawn. And here we are up close with this classic Spawn, and it's very cool looking. Even back then, still a very cool design. You had this big cape with Spawn that was actually articulated in the sense that it had a crease right here, and if you look at it, I did not bend this very much. I had it opened and displayed, if I remember correctly, just like this, because knowing that, opening and closing it is going to wear that out and cause it to crack and split, I just never did it. By the time I was 14 and collecting, I was a little bit more aware of how to take care of my toys, so I did. But that cape is very cool looking. The only downside is I did have to have a little thing sitting underneath the back of the cape, because if I try to set him down, he is going to fall backwards. And he doesn't have any pegs at the bottom of the feet, so it makes him very back heavy. But the cape design, very cool looking. I love it's right out of the comic books. Like, it's great. It's massive, and you even get the little skull chains there, and those actually just port right into a spot right here, so you can take that out, and then we can take the cape off, and when you do that, you have a port there in the back, and it came with this piece that ports in the back here, and that is to just help keep the cape where it needs to be. There we go. And you see that's old and dirty. But then we have just that port there. And looking at the rest of the figure now, though, that head sculpt, right? Classic look, good paint, actually, for the era. This was probably, I don't remember, but 95 couldn't have been much more than a $10 action figure. But that classic Spawn look. I was really surprised that I actually still had the chains here. They are getting quite degraded, though. Very flimsy. They weren't actually attached to the figure when I just found them, so I ported them into the spots, and I felt like they were going to just crumble in my hand. Unfortunately, I lost at some point the wooden plank with a nail through it. That was his main accessory. I don't know where I misplaced it, but we had some spikes there. It's actually a pretty decent looking figure for that 5-inch scale, which, essentially would be the equivalent of the basics lines today. The articulation, still pretty basic, though, of the era, so the head could actually turn. You do have just regular shoulder articulation. You have legs that can go forward, and then you have a knee. That is pretty standard for that 5-inch era, but still a really cool looking figure. And let's see what we got there. 1994. Okay, well, the Kickstarter says 95. I feel like it was 95, but either way, still very cool. If you want to support the Kickstarter, I do have that link down below, so go ahead and check it out. We'll see. I still would love to get that. Just those, looking at the campaign there, it looks pretty sweet. I would love to be able to get the figures, so maybe I'll try to work something with my budget so I can bring that review to you guys. But that is going to be it. This was just a quick look at this classic Spawn. So if you do have any comments, leave them down below. I'd love to hear from it, or from you. Let me know, are you going to get that Kickstarter? And let me know what you think of it. Even if you're not getting it, what do you think of the Kickstarter? I'd love to hear that. But anyway, if you like this review, make sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more content just like this, and as always, thanks for watching my videos, and have a great day.